Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for another Green webinar. This webinar, we will talk about token and crypto wallets compatible for your computer, for your mobile, or as a hardware. With us, we have Nathan today. Hi, Nathan. Thank you for joining us here.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
So let's start.
All right. So here we go.
Yeah, we will also talk about the green tokens and how we add them to your wallets. Of course, this is a disclaimer. This presentation is not a recommendation to invest in any crypto or green tokens or NFT. This is just a technical presentation to show you how to use this tool, that it's fundamental also in Greenium and in many other decentralized applications.
All right. So let's start with the basics. What is a crypto wallet? A crypto wallet is basically a tool to store your private keys and keep your crypto safe and accessible. It also allows you to send, receive, and spend your cryptocurrencies. A crypto wallet can also be used to hold other digital assets such as NFTs, and they can be found in mobile apps, browser plugins, web applications, or an actual piece of hardware. And it's very important to make a distinction here between a crypto wallet, a true crypto wallet, and something like keeping your crypto in Coinbase or Binance, which are exchanges. And when you keep your crypto on an exchange, the private keys are not only in your hands, they are on servers of Coinbase, Binance, or whatever exchange you decide to use. So it's very important to make that distinction. The wallet where you have your private keys, you're 100% in control, whereas when you leave them on an exchange, they're a little more susceptible to a hack.
Right, they own in some other server and needs to be secured.
Right. So just to go over some key terms, we're throwing around, public keys, private keys. Let's talk about what those are. A public key, we can create an analogy that is like an email address, and a private key is like a password to get into your email. To send emails, to receive emails, you need your password. But unlike an email address, there's no forget password feature. So if you lose your private key or your recovery phrase, then you no longer have access to that wallet and you don't have control over those assets. On the slide, you can see two examples of what a public and private key look like. As you can see, they are a bunch of numbers and letters, lowercase and uppercase. It's a bit tough to memorize these or write them down or copy them without any mistakes, which is why the crypto world has introduced recovery phrases. What a recovery phrase is a list of, usually between 12 to 24 English words that are a lot easier to memorize compared to the private key. And they have the same power as a private key, and they shouldn't be shared with anyone.
So wait, Nathan, if I lost my private key and somebody found it, can he hack my wallet with my private key?
Yeah, he absolutely can.
Okay, so it's risk. And in order to send me funds, what would you use, the private key or the public key?
So you would send funds to a public key, so my public address, and then you would have to sign that transaction with your private key. And it's also important to know that if someone does get a hold of your private key or your recovery phrase, they will be able to get into your wallet and take your assets, regardless of whether you still have your private key or not. You'll be able to get back into your wallet, but there's no guarantee that those assets will still be there.
So you better secure it on a node outside of your computer, at your home or somewhere, and or on a private stick, so on a USB stick.
Right.
So off the internet.
Right.
Bring us to the hot and cold differences.
Yes. So generally, wallets can be separated into two different categories. There's hot wallets, which are online wallets that are really convenient because the private keys are stored in the cloud. and they're connected to the internet. So the signing transactions is a lot faster, but there's a risk of theft. And there's a bigger risk of theft because of the fact that the keys are online and accessible. Like malware can have, they're a little more, there's a bigger risk of malware or software attacking that, whereas a cold wallet isn't connected to the internet at all. The private keys are stored in an offline piece of hardware or a document that protects the wallet, but it makes transactions a little less convenient, a little more difficult to do. But overall, they're much, much safer, by far the safest way to hold your private keys in a safe place.
So when you have a lot of funds, when you a crypto investor or maybe a hedge fund or don't want to risk your funds so much, you would put them on a cold wallet in that case, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A hedge fund might actually take advantage of multi-sig wallets, which we're not going to get into right now. But yeah, I mean, basically, you need multiple signatures to be able to send funds, but that's a much more of an advanced topic.
Okay, yeah, we will discuss maybe in the coming webinars when you get more advanced topics. And in the hot wallet is like, as you mentioned before, MetaMask is a hot wallet for you.
Exactly. Yeah, we have some examples of hot and cold wallets on this next slide.
Okay.
Yeah, MetaMask is a wallet that you can find in a browser. If you download it to your browser, and we'll be going over the differences with browser wallets, mobile wallets, desktop wallets, and hardware wallets in coming slides. There's Coinbase Wallet, there's Edge Wallet, Trust Wallet, those were all examples of hot wallets, and some cold wallet examples. But the two most popular hardware wallets are Ledger and Trezor. They look like little USB sticks. And then there's old-fashioned pen and paper.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.